Hello, Father. Gay. What the? Marcus. Marcus. Mondo. You're not allowed to use that language. It's not appropriate anymore, Marcus. The PC police are gonna come after you now. Damn, I need to shave. Stop cooking. So, you know what I got yesterday? Oh, shiznit. Check this thing out, man. It's got rubber grips on this thing. This is nice. This is actually the this came with my purchase of my new phone. So this was the Bluetooth enabled Xbox controller. So when on the 15th, on September 15th, when Microsoft rolls out the cloud gaming for Game Pass Ultimate, I will be able to play those Game Pass Ultimate games on my phone with my Xbox controller. So pretty sweet. So that was part of the $200 bundle that Samsung had when you pre-ordered the phone. Or can you play Roblox Mobile? Actually, I can probably actually play Roblox Mobile with that. Because they said there's ways that you can map the buttons and stuff to keyboard commands, like, or keys or something. I don't know, something like that. So yes, very likely I can play Roblox with that on mobile if I wanted. But why would I do that? I don't know. Like, not that I'm not saying I wouldn't want to play Roblox with it, but I'd rather just play it on my computer upstairs because playing Roblox with a controller sucks. It really does. It is so much easier to play with the mouse and keyboard. So me poggers. What the hell is that? Cancel Marcus? Yeah, we should cancel Marcus. Marcus is now part of the cancel culture. Hashtag cancel Marcus's gayness. I don't know. So yeah, so that was the one cool thing I got. You'll cancel yourself. This is the other cool thing I got was this so this is also part of my $200 accessories kit or accessories thing that I got with my phone. So this is a portable battery charger. So basically I charge this thing. You can charge it with it looks like you can charge it with USB or a standard USB or USB-C. I've already charged it with a wall outlet. Now you can do the WAP dance. WAP. No, I'm not gonna do the WAP dance. Yo, shouldn't Cardi? I would feel like Cardi B should be offended by her own song a little bit because if you notice in the beginning in the background, so first off, her and that other lady are in this house, and the background music starts out saying, "There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house," and they're like dancing to it. It's like, so are you the whores in the house? I'm confused. Like, why are you like so? Why are you so happy? Why are you so happy that they're calling you whores in the house? I don't, that doesn't make any sense to me. It's kind of weird. Vicar is starting party. What? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. So did I show you? I think I don't know if I showed you guys all my shoes that I got. So these are my new kicks, guys. So they're the same as the old kicks that I had before. These are the Nikes with the navy blue and the gray swoosh. So these are our newest. These are my 11 extra wides. Then I also got, again, my other new pair of shoes, just like my old pair of shoes, was my Dare Monarchs freaking red and black Nikes with the swoosh. Mike, shut up, dude. And then these are my newest edition, blue and black. These ones are actually kind of sick looking. I like these. Baker, you do got them dad shoes, dude. I paid $50 for those. I got 3 pairs of shoes for $150. Like, I'm set for at least a couple of years now. Why they're all shaped the same? I'll tell you why, Mike. Because Nike only has very specific shoes that come in wide. That is why. So I like to buy extra wide shoes for my feet to feel comfortable in. Mike just jealous? I know, dude. Shut up, Mike. Mike, you can't even compete, man. You spend go ahead and spend $200 on one pair of shoes that'll last you maybe a year. I just I can't fathom spending that much money on a single pair of shoes. I just can't. Plus, now that I got my three pairs of shoes, I can oh, you know what? Did you guys ever see At least you'll look fresh? No, you won't. Where's that gotten you, Mike? Do you have a girlfriend? What do you have? Tell me what you got. Look, check out these Nikes. You guys like these? I've had these things for a while. I almost forgot I had them. Sandals. Well, actually, I don't even know if you can call them sandals. They're not flip flops, but I guess they're sandals. Mike, show us your diploma. And then these are my running shoes. So actually, I use these when I exercise. These are kind of sick looking, but I use these if I run outside or if I run on the treadmill and when I exercise in the morning. They're very lightweight. They're kind of like cross-trained shoes or something, I guess, but they are defined as running shoes. Anybody know who rich that can what? That can co-sign for you? Psh, you gotta get your parents to co-sign for you, man. What are you trying to get a co-sign for? A house? A car? A girlfriend? She asked for too much money, Mike. Your boss. Right, yeah, exactly. Your boss's boss. Your Robux. You're rich with Robux? $10,000 pair of shoes, probably. You should buy a pull-up bar. So JJ, I was looking for my brother has the Iron Gym thing, the pull-up bar that you basically just hooks on the back of your door. Um, and I looked for that on Amazon, and Amazon, it's like they have like some ghetto. Let me rephrase. They have a bootleg version of Iron Gym on Amazon, and a lot of people say that the one that's being sold on there comes with like screws and stuff. And the original Iron Gym did not come with screws. You're supposed to just be able to hook it on your door, and then that's supposed to work that way. And so I found one. They're like $60 though. I don't know if I want to spend $60. I swear I saw one at Walmart that was cheaper that originally wasn't out of stock. Someone was selling them for cheap, and then like I added it to my cart, and then all of a sudden it was out of stock. So I think they had like few left, and then someone just happened to beat me to it. I was so disappointed by that. So disappointed by that. When am I boxing Jake Paul? I don't know, dude. Let's see the guns. Vic, you're looking for the gun show? The gun show's right here. The gun show. The gun show. The gun show's been closed, man. No, but I'm still doing my exercise stuff. I so I think the last time I streamed, I think I mentioned that I switched up my exercise routine. So I was doing my grandma got JJ, it doesn't count if her guns sag downwards though. So just because like do guns you consider like your what is it, your tricep fat is guns? They sag downwards. That's not guns. Enough talking. Where's the teddy bear? Oh man. uh you bought yours for $20. See, I can't find one. I couldn't. So the only ones I could find are like newer versions. They're like gold. They're like Iron Gym, like Gold Extreme Max. Like all these crazy like words they throw in there. I'm just like, I just want the original one, but I don't think they sell the original one anymore. They sell like bootleg versions of it. So So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm thinking about getting that for doing like some type of ab workout, because it looks like you can get pretty good like ab and oblique workouts with pull up. Like, you hang from there and then, pull up with your legs. So you use your abs to squeeze your legs upwards, and you do like twists and stuff like that hanging from the pull up bar. So I don't know. Right now, I've just been doing for ab stuff. I've just been doing um like sort of, you have to wear a mask when you go to the gym. Well, probably, yeah, but I don't have to go to the gym because my gym's downstairs in my basement. So that's why it's great that I have everything here that I need to do what I do. I don't have to go anywhere for any of it, which is great. So, is it true? It looks like Game Pass Ultimate. Oh no. So it looks like standard Game Pass on Xbox gives you the ability to get Discord Nitro. Oh, okay. No, if you have Game Pass Ultimate, it looks like it says you have Discord Nitro as part of your Ultimate subscription. So I don't know, is that like standard or is that new? Like, is that really, do they just do that every month now or something? I don't really know. I don't know. So here today, we've had severe thunderstorms on and off. There's actually a severe thunderstorm alert for north. It says northern Ohio, which is interesting because usually they say northeast Ohio, but so that means the rain must be going from like directly west to east, like on a line, like a straight line across the top of northern Ohio. Because normally they say northeastern Ohio or something like that, but it just says northern Ohio. We'll go get your Discord Nitro. I know I probably will, man. I just saw that it just got advertised today, so. But yeah, I can't wait. It'll be interesting to play some games on this phone. That's why I got the controller. So now I'm committed, you know. So now I'm committed to doing that. Shit, I still never ordered Madden 21. Madden 21 even out yet, or does it come out like next week or something, or is it already out? I have no idea. I don't do it. Well, because I know that if you have Madden 20, usually you go in there and they give you a discount for pre-ordering. It's out since the 25th. Well, so I wonder if I can get a discount for having Madden 20 though, because usually they have like some promo where if you have Madden 20, then you order from Madden 20, then you'll get a discount for Madden 21. I don't know. Like, I think you can still get like a pre-order thing or something. I don't know. Maybe not. I guess I don't really care because usually all the pre-orders for is for like Ultimate Team packs and stuff like that, and I'm assuming they did nothing to make Ultimate Team actually any better this year. So who knows? Just whip out the 360 and get NCAA 14. The 360 has been out. It's always been out. I was thinking about doing some interesting stuff with the 360 as it relates to wrestling because I have the old wrestling games. I have all the WWE games for like the last like, well, not all of them, I should say. I did definitely skip some years since 2K took it over. Well, no, I think I have the 2K ones as well. Actually, I think I have all of them since every year. So I have all the ones when THQ ran it, and then ever since 2K had it. So the yard on Madden 21 is fun. It's a new game mode. Oh, okay. What's it about? Like, is it just like a? I would rather watch you stream NCAA 14 than watch you stream Madden 21. There, I said. Well, but see, here's the thing, dude. With Madden 21, we can actually do the sub sim tournament now. So I couldn't do it on Madden 20 because for some reason, I don't know if something changed at some point or we never did we must have never we never did a Madden 21 sub tournament earlier in the year or Madden 20 because I couldn't edit rosters. It would not let me edit rosters. It would not let me edit downloaded rosters. Let me put it that way. It would not let me edit downloaded rosters. So There wasn't enough people. No, I mean, so what I plan on doing is just taking. We have half the teams were taken, which is perfect. Exactly 16 teams were reserved, so then we can just do. We can basically just set up AI. We can just basically do like AI versus AI, obviously, but with a created player on one side of the matchup. So it'll line up perfectly. So we'll have 16 versus 16, and then that'll dictate who goes where. So you might lose if you lose to this. If your guy loses to the AI, then you go on the AI team essentially, and then you become part of that team. So you could end up switching teams, which actually that's a new dynamic to the whole thing. Yeah, when the AI beats the created player. Hey, it could be possible, dude, depending upon the position that your guy picked. So, and again, like since what didn't I do? Zero, I didn't do any QBs this year, right? If I remember correctly, I don't think I allowed any quarterbacks. So, essentially no one has full control over the game. That's what makes it great. What if the created player beat the AI? I mean, well, then essentially that team would just move on. No, 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 no. Just that it just means that you would be part of the team that you originally signed up to be a part of. They would just advance in the tournament. Whereas if your created player lost to the opposition, then you would join the opposition and they would move on in the tournament, but you would be part of that team. So that's the way it goes. We can't take a player. No, no, you can't take anyone from the other team. That's not how it works, man. No, it's only created players can join together or join other teams, not like the other way around. Because eventually it'll get down to, 8 players on one side, 8 players on the outside. Then how they take us? Because they won. They deserve the right to get you. Sexist. What? Sexist. How is that sexist? I'm a little confused by that, Mike. Mike just is like, I don't know what the word is, so I'm just gonna say whatever the first word is that comes in my head. So I managed to ruin a shirt. I'm very pissed off about this. I had this nice Tommy Hilfiger shirt that so it got stained. It got stained at some point. It's kind of hard to show. It got stained at some point because of it's probably even hard to see on the camera. It got stained at some point because I had color bleed on the white. Actually, you can see it right there. So yeah, there was color bleed on the white, and it came from a pair of jeans that I washed with my shirt. And I never had issues for the longest time washing jeans and shirts together, but for whatever reason, I had bought this new pair of jeans from Old Navy, and when I washed it with some clothes, it ended up staining some clothes, and I was so pissed off. And so it bled through the white. So then I was looking for color removal stuff. So I bought this stuff. People were saying this is like the best crap that you can use to remove uh, where color runs. And so I took this and it says apply a small amount to an inconspicuous spot in the shirt. Well, the shirt was already unwearable effectively. So I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to pour a small amount because, well, one, because this shirt, if you look at it, I mean, there's a lot of different colors on here and they're far apart. So it's not like I can just like, it's that apply to all the colors that are on the clothing. And so the only way I could do this, I had to apply it to a good chunk of the shirt regardless. So I just threw some on the front. And I don't know if you can see this, but look what it did to the front. The red, it basically like stained it freaking like yellow. It just all it did was that it just managed to ruin the shirt even more and effectively make it useless still. And I'm so bad because this was a nice shirt. Look at this shirt, dude. This shirt was nice. This was like one of my favorite shirts. So I was so pissed off, and I can't even find this. I can't even find this thing online. I think my ex bought this for me, and probably at like an outlet store where maybe that was the only way you can get them or something. So it's just like, ugh, so mad. What's up, Akima? How are you? Only you only wear Levi's. Wait, what? You could watch the Ohio State Bakers probably absolutely stomp the Wisconsin Tyrants. Yeah, so I'm disappointed in that. I ordered some stain removal stuff though for some other shirt that I want to wear again, but it's got a stain in there, and I hope this stuff works. I found like this said like this stain remover Max Supreme Ultimate, like I don't know what it was called, that had like all these different names to emphasize like how good it's supposed to be. And JJ Anal Pleasures, that's a tattoo parlor. What? Are you talking about, babe? Give me a business name. I need a name like a unique one. Dude, haven't you seen that South Park episode where the boys are in there trying to come up with a unique startup company name, and the names they all come up with are like the most ridiculous, like semen belching splooge or whatever. I don't know. They have all these different names they come up with, and the lady would type it in. Nope, that's taken. That's taken. They had these the most ridiculous names, and the lady kept saying they were taken. And then they came up with this one. It was like furry balls plopped menacingly on the table incorporated, and she types it in. Hey, that's available. It was just like, and that ended up being their startup company name. It was so stupid. So yeah, it's hard coming up with names, man. The Washington Redskins. Yeah, that was the Washington Redskins episode where the Redskins lost the trademark, and so Cartman decided that their company name should be the Washington Redskins. It was it was such a it's called actually the name of the episode was called Go Fund Yourself. But in the episode in the episode Cartman answers the phone, someone calls and he's like, Washington Redskins, go fuck yourself. So that was their thing, was like every time someone asked them to do something, they would just say, no, we don't care. Our job is just to make money and not care about what anyone thinks about our organization. So essentially, they were mocking the Washington Redskins organization in a very underhanded kind of way. So it was a very creative episode. I South Park always has creative episodes. Those guys know how to like take shots at people without being extremely direct about it, which is great. So yeah, you know, I'm not exactly thrilled about the results that my just wait till South Park makes an episode about me. You know what'd be really cool is there was one year where someone won a contest, and that's why they had a kid that showed up in one of the episodes. He was like some special guest because he won some contest or something like that. That would be so cool to actually have a character that they add you to South Park, and because like the kid actually did the voice for himself in the show, and that would be so cool to like be like a guest person in the actual show. It would just be like the coolest thing. I constantly watch that show over and over again, especially mainly the earlier episodes because I found those like that was when when they just created all the storylines and they didn't base everything on like reality. I felt like those were a lot better. I mean, obviously most people can relate to the ones that are based on current events, but like I like the fact that they had a lot where Odell has a 71 kick power, does he? Well, hey man, you saw how he kicked the ball at the net, right? I mean, so they actually have evidence of how well he can kick. So what else? What else? What's been going on with you guys? Oh no, has a 75 kick power in Madden 21. Oh man, nice. I just bought more clothes. I've been spending a lot of money for some reason. I need to slow down on my money spending, but I've been buying clothes. I just bought a bunch more shirts because Old Navy had some sale where it was like $9 shirts or something like that. So I'm like $9 polos. So I bought a bunch more polos today. Um, but yeah, so too many clothes. But it'll be good because I'm actually having to throw older shirts out anyways because they're just old. I mean, I've had some of the, I've had some, there's some shirts in my closet that I've had since I was in high school. So, and I don't really wear them anymore. So Kareem Hunt has 101 kick power. Nice. Just like Ray Rice would have he would have 101 stiff arm, right? Give them to you. I don't think you'd want them, dude. They're obviously the style is much older. That now if you wore that stuff now, they'd be like people would be like, the hell? 99 run block. Yeah, so what else has been going on? Nothing much. You telling me you had style? I mean, I bought stuff from Old Navy, but sometimes. Actually, when I was younger, I don't even remember where I used to buy stuff from. Maybe Old Navy, or it was just like my parents bought me whatever. Well, I mean, obviously, until you're like old enough to start buying your own clothes. So my parents bought whatever. Oh, you know what? I think actually no, it was mainly from like Kmart and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie, that shit was legit from Kmart when I was a kid. That's where I think I bought all my clothes for a while, even after I had a job, because it was just like I didn't even know there was anything better than that. To me, Kmart was like, oh, it's Kmart. This is sweet. So I see like white stuff coming down. I'm assuming that's like pollen falling, being blown off of trees or something. It kind of looks like snow, but it's obviously not cold enough to snow. So, but I swear I see like these white, like they look like snow flurries coming down. Is this good company name River Sinking or Sinking River? I don't know. Baker, that's dandruff. It's outside, not in here, you dork. So someone has dandruff outside my house and they're going like this to their hair and I just see like random like white flakes falling. Yes, I'm alive. Are you alive? That is the question. People don't care back then if you bought clothes from Kmart or Walmart. Yeah, they did. Dude, you don't dude, yes, they do care. I mean, look, if kids, if anyone knew that you bought your clothes from Kmart or Walmart, people would make fun of you because they felt like you were poor, which, the reality of the situation is that, my parents, like, they weren't rich by any means. We lived in a rich city, but like they had just enough money for us to live in a nice city where they had a nice school, but then like everything that we had was just like, hey, whatever you could afford that didn't cost a boatload of money. So we didn't spend a lot of money on clothes and stuff like that. And I think that's the reason why for me, like my ex used to say stuff about like, oh, you should get new clothes and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, like I don't need new clothes. Like I never buy new clothes. And so like right now, the fact that I'm buying new clothes, it's just like weird that I spend money on clothes because I never bought clothes before. I mean, not that I never buy clothes, but I would like once a year I would buy like, 5 or 6 new shirts and I'm like, okay, I'm done. So I'd spend like $50 and then that was like my annual spend in clothing. I'd buy some new jeans, a couple pairs of new jeans every year maybe. How do you keep clothes that you've had since high school? I just have, dude. I swear to God. I mean, if they weren't in high school, it was just after high school. I don't because and second off, because my body size hasn't changed that much. Like I've gotten heavier, of course. I've gained weight because of the fact that I've become more sedentary over the course of my life. But like for the most part, like I'm still a medium in shirt size, and I've worn a medium since high school. So all of that's the same. The only thing that's changed since high school is that I've my waist size has increased by one. I used to be a 32. I now wear a 33, and I have to wear a belt with my 33. So like actually I could probably actually buy 32s, but the 32s are too tight. So I just end up using 33s with a belt. Baker shops at Goodwill. I do not shop at Goodwill. Shop at ASOS. What the hell is that? All right, Tyrod. See you, dude. So I mean, yeah, my body size just didn't change much since getting older. So I've been fortunate there. Like I said, I mean, I was about 125, 130, 125 pounds, 130 pounds out of high school, and I weigh 140 ish now. So I'm around like 139, 140, something like that. So I mean, I'm 15 pounds heavier. At one point, I weighed 150, so I was 25 pounds heavier. And with diet and exercise, I managed to get myself down to just 15 pounds heavier than I was out of high school, or 10 or 15 pounds. So, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, now let's talk about dysfunctional leadership of the big and how the ACC and SEC are. Oh my gosh. Let's not. Let's not say we did. I don't know. So my neighbor, I'm supposed to be going over there to help her look at her car. I don't know. I mean, she's actually looking at her car. I don't know shit. Okay, I know shit about cars only in the sense that like I don't do car repairs myself personally. Like if I wanted to, I could change my own oil at the very least. I could change spark plugs and stuff like that, but I don't do any of that stuff because I'd rather just pay someone else to do it. So that's all. Is card code? No, it's not. But I was telling her yesterday how yeah, I know how to, yes, of course. I know how to change the tire. I can put a spare tire on. I mean, there are like basic things with cars I can do myself, but I just don't do them because I don't have to do them. I mean, that's the bottom line. And plus, I look at it like, is it worth my time? Is it worth my time to do this stuff? Like I could spend like an hour or two like changing my oil, or I could just like schedule an appointment and then spend like I could drop it off at Midas or take it to Lube Stop and it just take like 10 or 15 minutes. I pay some money and I'm on my way. It's just for me it's a matter of convenience and time. I've never changed brakes before or calipers or anything like that advanced, I guess. You don't think it takes an hour to change your oil? I mean, it shouldn't technically, maybe. It depends on how well, because you gotta jack your car up. You gotta jack your car up. And remember to change your oil, you also change your oil filter. I'm not saying that that's complicated, but you have to drain the oil pan, let it take enough time to drain. So that's maybe like 10 minutes right there just to drain your oil pan. Then you got to make sure you have the right oil. Put the oil. You got to put the screw your oil pan bolt back in the plug. You fill up with new oil. Oh, actually, nope. I take that back. After your oil pan's drained, then you will take off your oil filter because you always replace your oil filter every time you change your oil. If you don't do that, you're wrong. You have to change. You're supposed to change your oil filter every time you change your oil. So then you unscrew your oil filter, take that off, get your new oil filter, rub some oil around the ring of the oil filter before you screw it back on. You put your oil filter back on, then you put your new oil in. And you have to make sure you put the right amount based on the engine you have. Then essentially you're good to go. You start your car, you let it run, make sure everything looks good, and then you're great. Spark plugs are about just as easy, right? You just unhook the spark plug cables. You use a socket wrench to unscrew them, and then you use a socket wrench to put new spark plugs back in. You put your spark plug covers back on, and then you're good. Trump is over party. What are you talking about? Then how the repair doing it less time? I'm just saying that like. Because first off, if you drive into a Lube Stop, first off, they have like those underground compartment areas that they can just walk down into. If I had that shit in my driveway, oh yeah, I would definitely do my oil change because it's shit ton easier. I don't need to worry about jacking up my car and doing all that crazy stuff. They got the cool tools, especially to do a tire rotation. I mean, they just put you up on the lift and they just take off your tires on the front. They swap them, the ones in the back, swap them. Well, actually, no, they swap like the sides, right? They swap front and back on each side. Your repairman's got a big jack, no homo. Well, yeah, I mean, I have a jack too, and I think it's a 2-ton jack. I think. Not sure, but actually that's why she doesn't have a jack in her car, so she was gonna borrow mine yesterday, but then when I went over there, she didn't have she didn't have well, she didn't think she had a she borrowed my tire iron, but my tire iron was not the size of the tire iron was actually too big for the lug nuts on her wheels. So then I looked for another tool that I could use to get her lug nuts off, but I didn't have the right size. She needed like a 17 millimeter with a like half inch like insertion point. I forget what the hell they call it, but it was basically a 17 millimeter, but then it was like you needed the bigger um like wrench base. I forget, I don't even know what the name of the tool is, but it's basically like a socket wrench, but it's got like a square tip and it's more durable than a socket wrench. It's got like a thicker we're talking a thicker tip, a thicker head. Like no matter what I say, it's gonna sound inappropriate. But for anyone who has used tools before, you'll know what I'm talking about. um, so I went to look for it and I couldn't find a 17 millimeter and all the stuff I had with for that size. I could find 17s, but they were for smaller socket wrench, and that was not going to work for her for lug nuts because those things were they were on tight. I feel like whoever put those on, they may have over tightened her lug nuts because they're supposed to be on tight, but not to the point where you're like struggling to take them off. Does your motor vehicle burn thy tire? What? I am not doing no lap dance. He's not cool enough for it. Hey, I sang it to you yesterday in Discord, and Marcus got offended. So he was getting tired of talking about vagina. Um. So yeah, so she ended up getting her parents came last weekend and brought her a different car, her old car. They brought it up with them. So she's got her old car and her new car. And her old car, she looked today, she texted me and said, "Oh, I actually had a tire iron in there that actually works with my car." So I'm just like, well, hey, at least you found it. So now that she's got her lug nuts loose, I'm gonna go over there today with my jack, and then we're gonna get her car up and check out her calipers because she's got one that's got to be stuck on her car. She thinks that she might be able to fix it, but I'm not 100% certain. I mean, again, I've never done brakes or calipers or anything like that, so I am going to be completely useless to be honest when it comes to that. I mean, maybe I can help investigate. She also had something. She said she had sticks or something under her car, and she pulled some up. And then when I was driving with her the one day, I think she knocked something loose because something's like dragging on the ground in the back, and I think it's just like some like panel or something. Hopefully for her, it's some panel or something stupid like that, some piece of plastic, because you could hear it when she's driving. It sounds like something scraping. But then again, it could just also be her caliper that's causing that. So why can't she be like you and pay someone to do it? Because she does not have the money to do that right now. She is still jobless. She's living off of her savings. She's about to get a job, hopefully. It looks very promising that she's about to get a job. But she has not had a job since she's moved up here, and that was like in March. So she is currently burning through her savings, paying for a house, paying for other utilities and expenses that come with living in a house by herself, and now she's got car problems. So she's trying to save any money she can. So she's just like, hey, she knows people that can come fix cars, but I don't know if they're going to be able to help her like right now. So I mean, her car that her parents brought up is well, it's decent, but even then, that thing's got a check engine light on, and it's just like that thing's in bad shape too. So they just don't, again, like if you don't, I wouldn't say if you don't have money, you can't take care of your car, but it certainly makes it a lot easier if you take care of your car as things break. So that way they don't just all build up and all of a sudden your car's like a heap of trash that you're driving all over the place. I feel like they just run their cars into the ground and then they never take care of them. And then they're like, well, check engine lights on. Meh, I'm just going to ignore that. Next thing you know, like then it doesn't work anymore. And then they're like, I wonder why that happened. For me, like anytime I have an issue with my car, I get it fixed right away because I don't want to wait. And every time I take my car in, they're just like, "This is like the best looking few." That was a big. Did you guys hear that? That was a big lightning strike. I saw. I don't know if you even saw the flash in the phone because that flash was pretty like. Give her the money, be nice, nice man. No, car boner. What? Bigger just ripped that. Yeah, that's what it was. Hail. No, there's no hail. There might be though. It said there's supposed to be severe thunderstorm. So, and that, you know what? I gotta. This reminds me. Now I gotta take my jack and walk through an open field with that to her house. I think I may consider just driving my car over to her house with the jack in the trunk and just parking in her driveway instead of potentially getting struck by lightning. I don't know. Call me a wimp, I guess. I don't know, but I don't know if I want to take that chance, especially with it getting ready to pour too. So, speaking of, I'm probably going to get on my way over there in a few minutes here. So, what else? What else has been going on? Oh, so I saw that they said that sports card collectibles are now going up in price. They're saying Topps is saying that they're seeing like substantially higher amount of people buying sports cards right now. They were talking about, there was some article they were talking about like some card, like, oh, if you got this card in a pack, if it's this specific type of card, you could like turn around and sell it for like $1,200 right now because everyone's just like looking to buy cards and stuff. It seems like it was like a forgotten hobby that people remembered now that they've been sitting in their house, possibly looking around for things that they could sell to get money because they're, people aren't, either they're still jobless or whatever the case may be. So then people are going through sports cards and trying to find out the value of them or buying more sports cards because they were like, oh, this is a hobby I used to do and now I'm doing it again. What about fantasy football? What about fantasy football? What about fantasy football? Like the message I posted in the fantasy football thing in Discord? Is that what you're talking about? Hi, Peyton. I don't think you want to go outside right now. I don't think you want to go outside right now, baby. Look, Peyton, look. Say hi. Say hello. Say hi, Donovan. I want to lick your hand. Look at this freak, dude. What a freaky dog. What a freaky dog. Can you stop licking my hand? Why are you licking my hand, you freak? Could sell my chain for 300. Whatever, dude. Maybe, potentially, possibly that's what I'm talking about. That's why I posted a thing yesterday. I said, hey guys, I'm going to get the league started up. Because I started the one that I had, actually, I can't believe that. The first one I got the draft scheduled for, this thing has been going on since 2012. So like it has a drop down list to go back all the seasons. So I can go all the way back to 2012 and see what the teams were, scores, and all that stuff. So I've literally, we're going on our 8th year for this one league that I've renewed it. To be honest, you didn't see that. Well, I figured as much. That's why I said, oh yeah, the message I posted in Discord. So you guys just assume I'm not paying attention. I read the stuff that gets put in Discord usually, especially like in the specific channels. But we'll have to figure out. Donovan, you're not in any of the leagues, right? Are you going to be in some of the leagues this year? Because uh-oh. Did you see that cat picture? I don't read every message. I don't necessarily go back and scroll through everything. Like I'll see, like I check every once in a while, and then I'll see like what's being typed in there, and sometimes I'll contribute to the conversation. You would like to? Well, I mean, because last year I think in one of the leagues we had Cam was still in there, so I have to boot him out. I have to kick his team out, so we'll have room for one in League One. League Two, I think I can just renew, but I don't even know who pays attention to League Two anymore, to be honest. I don't think anyone was paying attention last year, so Is it through Yahoo Fantasy? It is. It is. And I think I got to kick Preston out because he said he couldn't recover his old let you be in the league. I thought you were already in there. Oh, that's right. I think we kicked you out because your team sucked or something. You went like 1-16 or something. 1-15. No, I was playing. I don't know. I don't think you were. I can't remember. Are you? You're not in League One, Mike? No, you're not. So I think we put Gamer in there. I think Cam was still in there though, and that's why. So Cam will get kicked out, and we'll just have to add someone in there. So League One was reserved for people who you put. Oh, that's right. We put you in two. Well, you know what? You didn't do anything last year either in League Two, and there was like hardly anyone paying attention to their team, dude. I'm pretty sure you did bad there too last year. So what makes you deserve? If you would have won the championship, then you would deserve. Then you would deserve to be put in League One. But you didn't even do that. I'll have to see how good you did or how bad you did. That's true, JJ. JJ did start off really bad. Half my team got injured. That's why there's waivers, dude. That's why you let people go and get new players, man. Like, excuses, Mike. You know? You're just making bad picks. You're just making bad picks, man. You got to prove yourself to be worthy of League One. You get first pick, Patrick Mahomes. Dude, oh my God. The people who do that, they ruin everything. They do it. They ruin everything about fantasy drafts. Some dude did that last year, and actually, this league I renewed first. I'm gonna have to do that this year. I'm gonna have to take a QB in round one because people do that dumb crap in that league. They pull out all the stops. In a sense, I mean, it's kind of bad drafting etiquette, but it's like I kind of have to sink to their level, unfortunately. Cam had a league last year. You drafted Baker Mayfield in the first round. Wow. See, look, if Baker Mayfield was available in later rounds, I would have drafted him myself personally. Because I remember someone was giving me crap. They're like, oh, why did you draft Baker Mayfield? And I'm just like, because I'm not stupid and I don't draft quarterbacks. You don't normally draft quarterbacks in leagues our size. If it's a 16 league, you don't draft quarterbacks until like at least the third round. And I think even for bigger leagues, you still don't draft the quarterback until like at least the third round or fourth round. So, maybe second, but not first. Never the first round you don't draft quarterbacks because quarterbacks, they do get you points, but not nearly as many as a wide receiver or a running back will get you, which is why traditionally most draft experts will tell you draft a wide receiver or a running back in the first round. And then in the second and third, then you start considering quarterback or, you start filling up the player positions that are most likely to get you the most points first. And then you wait to draft quarterbacks and other ancillary positions later or, whatever. So I'll tell you what, if I get a chance, I'm drafting Saquon. Okay. Baker's saying this so I can't get Mahomes and he's going to make him second. He's going to take a second. I'm going to cry. No, see, that's the thing. Like, but like I said, I have a pattern that I use every year for drafting. I use my spreadsheets and all that stuff. I have it lined up, like what players I'm going to. It's basically my own personal draft board. I legit have a draft board that I put together using Excel for the last few years that I've drafted. And I feel like for the most part, I do pretty good. I don't do great in every league, but I do pretty decent. It just, when it gets down to the end, I usually end up coming across. There's just other people that just happen to have more points. So I have a lot of points, and most leagues I'm projected to have the most points, and then like something happens where that doesn't happen, and then so I kind of end up sometimes somewhere in the middle. Sometimes I'll still be in the front. It just kind of depends, and yeah. Who won last year in League One? I think Gamer did. Baker had no Browns player. Are you sure? Well, I probably tried to get like Chubb or something like that. I'm sure I probably tried to get certain players, but they were already taken. Yeah, I think Gamer won last year, if I remember correctly. Because wasn't it? Because I got eliminated by someone. It wasn't. It was like a ridiculous. I got eliminated by someone who didn't even deserve to be in the playoffs. I feel like that was the case, or maybe he beat me or something. I can't remember. It was down to. I got eliminated by you. That's right. So that was exactly. I got eliminated by someone who didn't deserve to be in the playoffs. That was so bad. It was so bad. Like I should have just like quit the league right after that. I should have just dropped out, canceled my team. I kicked Cam out, did I? Are you sure? Because I think he was still there last year. I'm pretty sure Cam's team was still there last year because that's when he came. He came back just in time for fantasy football. Oh well, yeah, okay, yeah. I edited. Oh, okay, yeah. So I edited the points. I think that's all I did is I edited the points so that way he would be eliminated or something like that. Yes. So that's typically what I do is if someone's like inactive or I just hate them, then I'll just like go in and edit their points on their team and then it'll recalculate the records essentially and then recalculate the playoff bracket. So no, obviously I don't do that just because I hate someone, but if it's someone that like does like stuff like him, then you were first and you were last, and that was tough though. Yeah, it was. That was very tough, dude. I had no business losing to your team, and that was an extreme disappointment because I wanted to go back to back champion in that league. I had a chance to go back to back because remember I won the first year. I won the first year. I was a champion the first year in the league, and I was looking to go back to back in the second year. I was like, yeah, it was crushing, dude. It was demoralizing at worst. So yeah. And then like I don't think I think I may have won in one league last year only. And then the other leagues again, there's certain leagues I just for whatever reason in that league I've been in for 8 years, I've never won the championship in that league. I don't know what it is, but somehow I think it's just because that I think it's because the way people draft in that league is so unconventional that I can't like and I keep trying to use like my same like thought process for drafting, and then like again like the guy drafts Pat Mahomes in the first round. I'm just like dude, like and then people start taking quarterbacks in the second round, and like so like players that you wouldn't expect to be off the board by the time I went to draft in the third round, they're already off the board. So it throws off my whole draft scheme, and then it just kind of like so this year I'm really gonna have to like think differently about my draft strategy in that league just to try to get ahead, and try to actually win that league because I've never won that league in 8 years and I'm like so irritated by it. It irritates me every year. I'm just like, come on, dude, how do I always end up like in the middle of the pack in this league? How many people in League One? There's only ever going to be six. Six is the maximum. No less than six. It's always got to be six. Time is it? It is 5. Can it be 7? Really? No, it can't be 7. You can't have odd number of players, you dork. They don't have bye weeks. It's uneven. They don't even let Yahoo. They don't even let you do that. It has to be even because you have to be able to play someone every week. Mike, really? Aren't you like in computers and stuff like that? Come on, Mike. Where's the logic? Where's the logic? You can play yourself, yeah. You don't get bye weeks. Mike would be the first black dude in the league. No, he would not. He was in that league. He's already in League Two. He was already in League One originally, and then we booted him because his team sucked so bad. He did so bad, and his draft was just like I remember what didn't you? I remember did Mike drafted Isaiah Crowell? Do you remember that, Mike? I think that was your first draft. You had Isaiah Crowell. I think it was when he played for the Browns. You remember that, Mike? Yeah, Mike drafted like all Browns players or something. I don't know. It was something weird. For some reason, I felt like he had like a lot of Browns players on his team. I'm not saying that it's bad, but like I wouldn't have drafted Isaiah Crowell. Let me just put it that way. Okay? Like he had such a bad team, and he paid for it in more ways than one. Let me in the League One so I can clap. Donovan, have you done so? Wait, let me ask this. You didn't even draft. Well, that may be it too, because you also didn't show up for the draft. basically the 2016 Browns he had, for the most part. It auto drafted for you because you missed the online draft, dude. What do you want me to do? I can't hold up the whole draft because Mike didn't want to show up. Um, but yeah. So Donovan, have you've been in other fantasy leagues, right? So you said you were in Cam's. Well, yeah, but oh god, I don't even want to talk about it. But I know that wasn't that the absurd one where like you have like 1,000 points per week or something like that, or something really ridiculous. I don't even count that as a league because that is just like the absolute trashiest league that you can, or like fantasy thing you could. Yeah, you got 1,000 stupid. That was dumb. Yeah, it's. Have you ever played in one that like had normal scoring, like a non, even if it was a cam league, one that had like normal scoring rules, like a touchdown 6 points, and reception is 1 point. PPR, it's essentially PPR format. So I do a combined PPR and uh like something else, whatever the hell the other format is. It's basically a combination of both. So you get points for you get PPR so that if your receiver's having a bad day, then you still get points there. But then if he's having a great day as far in terms of yardage, you benefit even more. So yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, we'll see about getting you added in there. I have to take a look at it. It'll probably be tomorrow morning, most likely, that I take a look at doing that stuff. Either that or later tonight when I get back home. So, but yeah, I should be going actually because I don't want it to be too dark when we start working on her car. Although it is in her garage, so hopefully she should have a light. David Johnson, Sean Watson. Oh my God, dude, David Johnson is gonna tear his ACL the first play if he even makes it out of training camp alive. That guy is going to tear his ACL on the first play. Dude, I do not put that much faith in that guy, JJ. I mean, he has a sketchy ass history, so don't even say like, "Oh, Baker, you have no way to say that." Like, come on, the history proves that the dude is injury prone. So I mean, I would not have I would not put too much faith in that guy just yet. He has to stay healthy for a full season before you can even expect anything from him. He hasn't done anything since a rookie. All right, I screenshot it, JJ. I did. I screenshot it. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna have to go. Um, Thank you guys for everyone who came by. I hope everyone has a great Friday and a great weekend. I'll try to do something this weekend, I guess, with Madden. I'm not really sure. I mean, I'll need time. I need to buy Madden then. I need to buy Madden 21. So, like I said, that'll probably be the later tonight or earlier tomorrow. I'll have plenty of time early tomorrow because I got to wake up to exercise at 5. So, there's that. But yeah, so thanks guys for everyone who came by. Hopefully you enjoy your Friday night, enjoy your weekend. Um, and I will see you guys soon. Bye bye.